Hello and welcome to another Forged Battalion patch rundown thing. Patch 3. Very excited. Patch 2 was a bit of a nightmare. It had good changes in it, but most of the good changes were pretty meaningless to actually how the game played out. They were sort of small steps towards the right direction, and a couple of the bad changes were pretty damn bad. So what are we looking for? First off, in these patch notes, we already know tier 4 is not coming out yet. This is not the content drop. This is just a patch. Harvester nerf, HP nerf has already been confirmed by Torpid, along with an increase of points. In this first paragraph, they even say buff to heavy units, which sounds good. A nerf to harvester HP and an increase to research points. We want to see something done to anything to promote harassment and using other units. Good. Artillery, we want artillery to stop being used as much. We want healers to not be used as much. We want maybe some interesting stuff for aircraft. We want heavy vehicles, tier 3 stuff is what I mean by that, and what I hope they mean by that, to be usable right now. Because right now, it's very rare that you ever want to really get tier 3, and if you do get tier 3, everything in tier 3 is just a slightly upgraded version of what you have in tier 2. So let's look through the thing. Bug fixes and general changes are up first. This is good, so I can just blow through this and get them out of the way. Fixed issue with control groups, where the lowest group number was displayed instead. Okay, that not really a change, but fair enough. Stuff's been updated. Users can no longer block the entrance to their refinery with structures of turrets. Oh, that's good. Support for surround sound. Some mission changes. They're good. That's fine. Mission 4 is the one that really needs changes, but that's fine. Whatever. It doesn't look like there's anything great in here in terms of fixing attack move or the hotkey menu. Hotkey menu needs to be looked at, actually. But anyway, into balancing changes. These are the important points. Reward points have increased substantially. They should reduce the grind that users have been reporting around texture unlocking. That's good. That's fine. I play these games quite a lot. I personally had no troubles. I didn't care. But this is good, man. I don't want new players to come play this game and go, oh, it's quite fun, but I'm getting stomped and I need to, I'll get whatever is flavor of the month. And imagine if you just got lasers before the nerf and then they over nerf lasers and you can't use them. Awful. Harvester build cost reduced. That's nice. I found that I never ever made harvesters, apart from my first harvester that I make during the game. Never made harvesters because they're just too expensive. It was more valuable to put down new refineries than to make a harvester. So that's a reasonable change. Max health of harvesters reduced to 700. Still, I think it's too high. But it's better than 1,000, so I'm happy with this. Build cost was a little too high compared to the percentage of refinery, and drain rate was a bit too high. The health increase of the patch was a bit too far. Way too far. We reduced that buff by half. We want harvesters to be a bit tanky, but we don't want them to be so tanky that they are used in combat. Yeah. The intent is so they can survive long enough that players can react to being attacked, but not so long that harassing them is pointless. Reasonable aim. I like how the most agreed with patch note that you could ever write for good players has to have that reason, just in case the plebs get angry. Refinery build cost reduced to 800 was 900. Okay. That sort of takes away what I said about this reduce, but more money for economy. I'm happy with that. The power drain of a lot of things has been increased. It was intended that there be more power plants on the field without the aid of fission or fusion upgrades. This puts all factories at the same power drain level. Okay. So barracks and light factory will drain more. That's interesting because fusion, I think fusion's the good one, is already brokenly good for that spot. No one's going to use anything other than that. So I don't know if making that even better by making it more of a valuable resource was good, but that change is interesting at least. Attachment, laser rifle infantry. Tech value has been reduced back to its previous level. Absolutely fine. The laser rifles were not too strong on infantry. The nerf to damage type plus tech cost decrease is a bit too far. Yeah, absolutely, definitely. I thought the laser gun, the light vehicle version, that nerf was too much, but that needed a nerf. Laser rifle didn't really need a nerf. Like, a nerf's fine for it because it was really strong, but definitely didn't need a nerf. This is tier 4 stuff. This isn't meant to be here. Torpid's already said we're not meant to see this, so I won't read it. I mean, it doesn't mean anything to me yet anyway, because I haven't been able to use any of this stuff. Anti-material gun. Tech cost reduced to allow it to be available in build level 1. Wasn't it already like that, or did they change it? They did change every infantry last patch, actually, so that could have changed that. So that could just be a fix back to how it was. I did not play much last patch because it was awful, so that could just be a fix back to how it was in the first patch. So that's good. Too few options for players to open barracks. Yep, reasonable, good. Actually, more than reasonable, needed, because anti-mat at tier 2 without armor, not even worth building. Until tier 3, I guess. Whatever. It's good. It's a good change. Cannon upgrade. So this is the basic, like literally the heavy vehicle weapon that you start with. Base damage was increased. Weapon delay reduced. These are numbers that we still don't have. It's good to know that it's been changed, but we want these numbers. Team 17 and Petroglyph, please. With both buffs, this increased DPS went from 3.2 to 7 before armor modifiers. Ooh. Again, this is actually useless information, because if I had all of the DPSs, I could go, oh, that means it's stronger than this. That means it's gone from being the lowest DPS to being like decently high, but we don't know. So this means nothing. But hey, it's good that that's better, because it was awful. Plasma cannon. Base damage increased. Cool. Plasma cannon. Weapon delay increased. Okay, so it's a bit slower, a bit heavy hitting. Cool, I like that. Sounds good. 6 before armor modifiers compared to 7 before armor modifiers. Fascinating. See, now this is getting more meaningful, because we suddenly have a point of contrast. Cannon plasma weapons were underperforming for their chassis class. Yeah, sure. Then there's the tournament. And that's it. Okay. Small patch. Decent patch. Nothing huge. The harvest change is good. I can't know specifically how good these two changes are until we know more about the DPS numbers of things. But yeah, they're possibly good weapons now, which gives some more heavy vehicle stuff. These two must be what they mean by the heavy vehicle buffs that they alluded to, which isn't huge. But hey, you might take one of these over missile now. Probably not plasma cannon, because proton ballistics seems like the best thing to do. Ooh. On my other screen, Torpid has just mentioned that he's also changed a few damage types. Heavy ballistic piercing damage type has had damage versus light vehicles increased by quite a considerable amount, from 0.75 to 1.5, and damage to aircraft reduced from the same amount, so they've just been swapped. And ballistic explosive light damage has had its, which is missiles, damage to heavy vehicle. I think, by the way, the first one that I just said, I think that's the cannon damage type, I think, but I'm not sure. This one, which is definitely the missile damage type, damage to heavy vehicles reduced to 2.5. And its damage to aircraft was reduced as well. Oh, maybe it wasn't that. because it's been reduced from 2 and 2. 2 to aircraft and 2 to heavy vehicles. What had that? I don't know, whatever. Heavy ballistic piercing. The first one is cannons, anti-tank guns, and sniper. So that means that antimatter and the cannon have had now weaker versus aircraft, stronger versus light vehicles. That's actually a good change, especially for the antimatter cannon. And the other one is infantry rockets. Infantry rockets only. Okay, so infantry rockets are now worse. That's reasonable. That's reasonable. That was the RPG then. The RPG. Okay, so that's the patch notes for today. Not too much of a big deal. But yeah, good changes. I didn't see anything in there like last week, which made me cringe. So good patch. Good patch. Excited to see the content update. That will be when the real changes happen, hopefully. Remember to follow my YouTube channel if you want to see more stuff like this, especially when Observer and Replay mode comes out. God damn it! And I could do some casts. I really want to see them soon, dude. If they're not here by March, I'm going to be really upset. But yeah, also check out my Twitch. Twitch.tv/MoodyForTheWin. MOOLYFTW. It's there. Oh yeah. I'm going to be hopefully streaming some RTS soon. Not Forge... Well, I will be streaming Forge Battalion. Specifically today I won't be. But, I mean, you might watch this today. But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling about what I'm doing. Check out my Twitch. Check out YouTube stuff. It's all good. There'll be more Forge Battalion, more other RTS stuff. And probably some RPG stuff as well. Have fun. And enjoy yourself.